CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Off the top, a scary situation for a homeowner in southwest Miami-Dade. A man found an alligator on his property. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch explains.
We're in a remote area of southwest Miami-Dade where there were indeed some scary moments for a homeowner. He told us it all started when he heard his dogs barking and he discovered an alligator in his backyard that was more than 11 feet long and nearly 500 pounds. He called 911. Miami-Dade police responded along with a wildlife trapper, Todd Hardwick, of Pesky Critters. Todd Hardwick removed that alligator. We will hear from him as well as that concerned homeowner in our story coming up in just an hour at 5. In southwest Miami-Dade, Peter Dinch, CBS News, Miami.
A school employee is behind bars. Martin Zaretsky is facing several charges. He is accused of inappropriately touching students. Police say the 50-year-old was an IT worker at Bob Graham Education Center in Miami Lakes. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister has the report.
Parents I spoke to say they're outraged and completely disgusted after learning that 50-year-old Martin Zaretsky, a longtime IT employee here at Bob Graham Education Center, was arrested and charged with 7 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation. Zaretsky appeared in bond court this morning as the judge read through the serious charges. According to the arrest report, Zaretsky tried to have inappropriate relationships with students at this K-8 school and would touch them over their clothing in a lewd manner. Police say there were several times when Zaretsky waited for the victims after school, would walk them to his office and give them candy, and that he would take them out of their classes so they could walk around with him on the school's campus. Miami-Dade County Public Schools releasing a statement about the incident, saying that they are deeply disturbed by the troubling accusations and that the school district has started the process of terminating his employment. And coming up at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight, we're going to hear directly from the parents who are responding to these disturbing allegations. But for now, reporting from Miami Lakes, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, warm and breezy this Tuesday afternoon across South Florida. And the temperature is only going to get warmer. Let's get right to Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera.
Yeah, they certainly are. I think we're approaching 90 degrees by Thursday, and it's going to feel like about 95 to 100. So get ready for that. Good news, it's only a one-day event, and we get a cold front after that. So hang in. 77 degrees currently. It feels like 79. Humidity is still very comfortable, and it's going to stay that way at least for the next 24 hours, and then things will begin to change as we get a southerly wind developing. Southeasterly winds for today. Yesterday we had an east wind, so this just continues to kind of veer. And by the time we get into Thursday, a southwest wind, warm wind direction for us, all ahead of this frontal boundary that eventually will bring some showers, even a couple of thunderstorms. But the timing has changed, so let's talk about that. But your evening planner looks great. A lot of cloud cover out there with temperatures in the mid-70s. There is that climb to humid conditions Thursday, and then Friday we get right back into the comfortable range, and that includes the upcoming weekend. So it is going to be fantastic. We just have to get through Thursday's heat and then the showers and storms Thursday overnight and into Friday morning. So dry and breezy. Here comes the warm front lifting up to the north, south to southwest wind. A hot and humid day on Thursday, but the timing of the showers and storms has slowed down significantly. So now this is a good thing because it's not going to come in during the peak heating of the day. That would be more thunderstorms and showers. This will come in Thursday night, overnight, at night, and then hang out with us through the early part of Friday with just a few lingering showers and a quick drying here. We're going to go from clouds to just full sunshine for Friday afternoon, and that'll set us up for sunny skies, low humidity, and a fantastic weekend. So here's the way that translates on Raincast here on our rain tracker. You see the southeast wind there. A couple of isolated showers will keep that rain chance at 10%, I think, for tomorrow. That would be about it. Just a feeble moisture with this kind of flow here. But there's that south hot wind coming up on Thursday, southwesterly winds. This is the front, and you see a lot more action. Look at the clock. There's 6 o'clock. Those are still thunderstorms up through Naples. But by the time the front arrives, what happened? Well, we lose the heating of the day, and the showers kind of fall apart. But they'll continue with us through the early part, I think, of Friday. So a few showers to deal with for the morning commute Friday, and then we'll clear things out. So the forecast tomorrow, still holding at low 80s, rain chances at 10%, and now Thursday's rain chance down to 10, and that's just for some isolated Atlantic showers. Really, the shower activity will be overnight into early Friday. Nice clear weekend with cool overnight temps.
The first parents in the U.S. to be held criminally responsible for a school mass shooting were sentenced to at least 10 years in prison. CBS News Miami's Cristain Benavides has the report.
The lack of compassion that you have shown is outright disgusting.
The mother of shooting victim Madison Baldwin broke down in court, accusing James and Jennifer Crumbley of giving their son Ethan access to a handgun and ignoring his mental health. In 2021, the 15-year-old opened fire at his Oxford, Michigan high school, killing 4 fellow students.
Your Honor, I request that the maximum sentence be enforced, as it will never come close to the life sentence I was given.
In separate trials, the Crumbleys were convicted of involuntary manslaughter despite arguments from their lawyers that they had no idea their son was a threat to the community. Appearing together Tuesday, both addressed the court, expressing remorse, but also seeking leniency.
This could be any parent up here in my shoes. Ethan could be your child, could be your grandchild.
My heart is really broken for everybody involved.
But in the end, Judge Cheryl Matthews sentenced them to at least 10 years in prison, criticizing the couple for their inaction.
Opportunity knocked over and over again, louder and louder, and was ignored. No one answered.
Legal analysts believe this will impact future cases.
This isn't just saying we want to punish the Crumbleys. It's saying to other parents, look at where your guns are stored. Check in on your kids. This is very much about sending a message outside of this courtroom as well.
Ethan Crumbley pleaded guilty and is serving a life sentence. The judge said his parents have a right to appeal. Cristain Benavides, CBS News.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump was in Miami today. He is speaking out after a man was tased and shot several times by Miami police. Donald Armstrong is experiencing paralysis after that confrontation. Armstrong is charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. Police were called to a home in Model City because of a mental health crisis. Family members say he was holding a screwdriver. Police say he tried lunging at officers with the object. Crump is demanding charges be dropped.
They shoot and paralyze him, and now they're charging him with aggravated assault based on what you see on that video? I mean, it's shocking. It's deplorable.
Right now, Armstrong is being held without bond. Crump says it's unclear if the paralysis will be permanent. Now at 4, Miami Beach police say they arrested a man accused of sexual battery. 51-year-old Eric Barrios is facing charges. Police say they were called out to Sun Curves Miami Spa on Friday. The victim says the sexual battery happened during a massage. She told officers she was able to run out of the room. Surveillance video showed her in distress immediately after. When we come back, an Idaho teenager busted by the FBI. It's for allegedly plotting to kill churchgoers, what he was planning to use, and the charges he is facing. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Arizona is the latest abortion battleground state. Its Supreme Court revived an 1864 law criminalizing almost all abortions. CBS News Miami's Danya Bacchus explains what is next.
Arizona State Supreme Court turned back the clock Tuesday, ruling the state can enforce a law criminalizing abortions, except those to save a mother's life. That law was passed before Arizona was even a state and before women had the right to vote. Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs.
I refuse to allow extremist county prosecutors to use this abortion ban to lock up women and doctors seeking or providing needed health care.
The ban takes effect in 14 days. Abortion rights advocates have been collecting signatures for a ballot measure this fall.
In November, we'll make history when Arizona voters overwhelmingly vote to restore abortion rights and reproductive freedom.
The issue is already front and center in the upcoming presidential election.
The states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law.
Monday, presumptive GOP nominee Donald Trump announced he supports states' rights on the matter. Some conservatives have criticized the former president for stopping short of a national ban, but other Republicans back the move.
The fact of the matter is he knows, and I know, that it's consistent with the majority of the American people.
Democrats warn the GOP has a long game.
The Trump smokescreen simply is a disguise for a Republican strategy and plan to pass a national abortion ban.
The Biden campaign responded to Trump, releasing an ad about a Texas woman who made national headlines for being denied abortion services after a miscarriage. She says she may not be able to get pregnant again. Danya, Bacchus, CBS News.
Governor Ron DeSantis is stepping up the state's crackdown against porch pirates and those who steal from retail stores. Governor signed the new law today. The law would make it a third-degree felony if a person commits retail theft with 5 or more individuals. The governor spoke to the media earlier today about this issue.
I think what we're doing today is really laying down the gauntlet for porch pirates, for the organized theft, for the social media flash mobs. This is not the place you do it. And if you try to do it in Florida, you are going to regret that you tried to do it in Florida.
The crime would be punishable by 5 years in prison. Now to the Israel-Hamas war. Israel says it has set a date to invade the city of Rafah. It's to eliminate Hamas fighters in southern Gaza. Israel's prime minister did not give a date for the invasion. Most Israeli troops have pulled out of southern Gaza. Military says they are preparing for future missions. The U.S. says there is a ceasefire deal on the table for Hamas to secure hostage releases. But Hamas told CBS News that the latest negotiations over the weekend were a setback. The FBI arrested a man for allegedly making plans to attack an Idaho church and pledging his allegiance to ISIS. The Justice Department says 18-year-old Alexander Mercurio planned to use knives, guns, and fire to attack at least one church on Sunday. He faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison if convicted. That's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a good day.